And welcome back. New AARP research shows nearly 1 in 10 adults age 50 and older have been targeted by an online romantic connection who asked for money or promoted a cryptocurrency investment, putting more than 11 million older adults at risk. When losses occur, more than half of those affected never reported what happened, allowing scams to continue without challenge, leaving others vulnerable to the same tactics. Now, with us to discuss what steps people can take to better protect themselves is Amy Nofziger, Senior Director of Fraud Victim Support, AARP. Amy, thank you very much for joining us this morning. This sounds to be a bigger problem than I think most people realize, but what are the most common patterns you see in romance scams today?
Yes, it's absolutely a huge problem. And what we're seeing today is that these romance scams are actually starting as friends. So you might be on social media and just chatting with someone about your love of classic cars. And so you think it's very innocent, and then it turns a little flirty, and then it turns into a romance scam. We're also seeing people be encouraged to invest in cryptocurrency. So that friend that you're chatting to about the cars, they say, "Oh, I retired early because my cousin got me involved in this cryptocurrency platform." And they encourage you to invest there as well, which is nothing but a scam. But also, what we're seeing, and one of the biggest patterns right now, are people are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in these scams. We had a victim just last week that lost $400,000. That is why it's so important to talk about these scams.
Well, how are these scammers using mainstream platforms to build trust?
Well, the majority of people that we talked to in this survey actually met their criminal on a dating app or on social media. And oftentimes we go on these sites thinking that these people have been vetted, but they haven't. So at the first suspicion of anybody on one of those sites that you're chatting to, whether they're asking you for money, they're professing love, they're asking you to trade in cryptocurrency, stop communicating with them and report it immediately.
Okay, if it becomes suspicious, one of these online relationships, what do people do? It's saying, okay, report it. How do you go about reporting it?
So you can report it in the app. You can report it to the platform you're on, but also you can report it to the police department. You can report it to us at ARP Fraud Watch Network Helpline. We want to hear about these, attempts on people with these scams. Because one of the things that we found out that 55% of people that had money stolen from them in one of these scams did not report. We need to encourage reporting.
Okay, that leads to the question, why don't they report?
They don't report because for some reason in our society, we blame the victims that had the money stolen from them. And we need to blame the criminal. And we need to encourage reporting. A lot of victims carry shame. And shame keeps people silent, and that's when the scammers thrive, is in silence. So we really need to encourage and support our victims to report.
All right, what changes could be made, could make reporting safer and more accessible?
Certainly, we're encouraging in-app reporting, and we want these platforms to review these reports within a few days and then pull anybody suspicious off of that platform. We need to have people who are answering these phone calls from victims to have some, emotional trauma-informed education, because the money loss is huge, but the emotional loss far outweighs the money sometimes, because these criminals create hopes and dreams for these victims. So not only did they lose their hard-earned money, they lost that hope and dream as well, and we need to support them adequately.
Where can people get more information on how to learn, how to, recognize, and how to do something about things like this?
Go to aarp.org/romance-scams-2026. And when you're on that website, find a tidbit of information and share it with someone in your family.
And Amy Nofziger, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.